fresh to everybody, so everybody's excited. Day 2 is today, and you can still feel the juice. Everybody's willing to learn something new. And it started with meetings, like first team meeting. We're getting up, meeting everybody. We do like a competition, just raising the level, and I think everybody's really excited every day to keep working.
Quincy was asked the other day if he's having to rely on some of the Washington State transfers as kind of Jake Dickert translators. Like, what does this mean when he's saying this? Do you find that to be the case?
Yeah, but the Wazoo guys, they're a lot of help. And like the way we bonded was really easy. We were all like, it's something new, so we might as well embrace it and have fun with it. So like the first spring practice, we were like, how is practice going to be? And they're giving us a little inside scoops of how things are going to be ran and stuff like that. And Coach is a big walkthrough guy, so we were already prepared for the walkthroughs when they're on our schedule. So it wasn't anything new, it was just a little fresh.
Where does leadership come from in that?
It comes from pretty much me and a lot of those older transfers. So like Jane Lovin for the DTs. We still have Zach coming back. So for the DTs, those are like a lot of leaders. And then me and Langston, who are like the pretty much older guys. And then we have Gabe from Colorado State, who's a really good player. He'll play a lot of plays for us. So it's kind of just, we're all like a family. So it's like big brother, little brother. It's not like one guy just taking control. We all hold each other accountable for what we need to do.
So Coach Dickert is really big on competition in general. But I have to believe that really translates to defensive line, where there's a lot of reps to replace, right? You guys lost a lot of key contributors. How are you feeling in terms of how that competition is starting, and everybody, are they like ready for what's ahead?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to start, but it gets to a point like every day is somebody different who's getting that number 1 spot, and it's all making us better because you don't want to be that person that relaxes and somebody uptakes you. So we want to be able to put anybody in the game and know we're going to be a good defensive line.
What's it like with the blend when you were talking about some of the guys coming in from Wazoo, from Colorado State? But what's it like having a blend that you haven't had at Wake Forest before? You've never had this many transfers come in. What's that like on the field?
It's pretty fun on the field because you always want to like see how other guys play. So like the last couple of years, you kind of know who the guys you're with. So just being able to adapt to new players, it kind of makes you a better player because now you're having to learn, okay, I know I can do this thing and this person has my back, so it allows you to play more free.
Plus, I mentioned, there's a lot of turnover. Your entire room had turnover.
Yeah.
The starters you had, your coach left. Was it kind of weird looking around being like, well, who's here? What's kind of the expectations you put on yourself, knowing, oh, wow, I'm now the person?
Yeah. So, like, when everything first went down, I kind of went through, like, I wanted to talk to my parents, like, see what I wanted to do. So, at the end of the day, like, Wake Forest is really like, the best thing that could happen to somebody. So, like, first thing I did was met with Coach Dick when I met him. We talked for, like, 30 minutes. And, like, after that, I was like, I want to go all in. I want to be a part of this. Because I know this could be something special. So just being like the one guy in the room that played last year for Wake Forest, it's kind of, I feel like in a way I'm honored because like I'm able to, these guys trust me and they know what I can do on the field. So now it's just, you gotta go out there and do it.
You talked about the Wake Forest degree. What are you getting yours in?
Oh, I just graduated in December with my degree in health and exercise science, and I'm pursuing project management in grad school.
Okay.
What was it during that 30-minute conversation with Coach Dickert that gave you those feelings and helped you make that decision?
It's more like the win now mentality. You get a new coach, everybody's like, okay, it takes 3-4 years to get everything going. Like, he's a guy who wants to win now. He said he's going to bring a different energy, and he asked us things that we want to get better at, and like things that we want to change about the program. So he's bringing that stuff, and he's actually listening to us, which I really appreciate.
How's it going? Your room didn't have a ton of turnover. Obviously, you lost Branson, but you used Branson, you used Spencer, but there's still a lot of continuity with you guys. How good is that, the transition like this, when you bring in a brand new staff, and how weird is it dealing with everything going on?
So I will say it's very nice still kind of having those familiar guys in this room because like you have those connections already built. You don't have to like establish new connections. Obviously, we brought in Frank from Washington State, which he's been an amazing addition to the crew. But I feel like having those guys we can lean on, and just when we have those questions, like we're not afraid to speak up or like ask. And we know that if I don't know something, someone else got to know something. So we can go to one of our teammates in that room, and especially with like getting a whole new staff, whole new defense, and a whole new schematic and scheme and like procedure and how we do everything. I feel like having those connections already established makes that transition a little much smoother and the whole, I guess, grand scheme of things.
Nick was talking the other day about all the changes in defense, and for him it's been several changes over his career. His thing was, if you get the flashcards, you got it down, you'll be all right. What's your method for being able to take in all the new verbiage and the new scheme mentality?
So I'm a big note taker, right? Big note taker, and so like sometimes I go rewrite my notes. It's like for classes, like I'll write my notes in class, and like I won't pay much attention. And then like when a test comes, that's when I go back and rewrite everything. So I'm a big note taker when it comes to that, and just I'm in the process right now of trying to like organize all my notes, because when I do my notes it's all messy, but then I try to like configure it and make it organized where I can see everything. So that's my easiest way, along with just walkthroughs and just obviously what we're doing right now is just practicing, run through it, making mistakes and learn from it. I feel like that's the easiest way for me to learn, the whole scheme that they're putting in.
How does that blending feel? Wake has got more transfers than they've ever had. How does that blending of talent come along on the field and in your room?
I like it a lot. I mean, we got a lot of new guys, a lot of new perspectives, a lot of new personalities. But I feel like we already have an established culture, and I feel like that's testament to the old administration here and like all the coaching and that type of stuff. So we had a really good culture here, and I feel like just we're accepting of other people coming in. And so I feel like, especially with like new strength staff, Coach Dicker and the new guys he brought in, like they're upstanding guys. They're all about culture, all about leadership, and I feel like that combined with just bringing those new guys in, accepting them, and just kind of embracing that challenge, embracing that that difficulty, and just everyone kind of blending in, making new connections, making new friendships, and just I feel like it's going to blend in really well. Finishing off spring ball, going into summer, and then start up fall camp. I feel like we're going to be a really close team. I feel like, especially with Coach Dicker, it's the first and foremost thing that we're doing right now. With a bunch of we're kind of integrating all like the offense and defense sides. So we're meeting new people all the time, and we're all competing. It's all about competition. So I'm excited for this season.
What's been the biggest change for you in the linebacker room specifically?
In terms of like scheme.
Yeah, scheme, which you have
Okay.
to go through on a day-to-day basis, that type of stuff.
Okay. I would definitely say the defense is more simplistic, but it's more simplistic but more detailed. So what I mean by that is like simplistic is like pre-snap procedures. We don't have a whole lot to do. Like we set the front, we understand. Okay, if it's a blitz, we know who's blitzing. But other than that, we don't say a whole lot pre-snap, and we kind of already got that notion. So now we're looking at the offense. Now we're kind of reading what the offense, what the tells are giving us, and that type of stuff. And what I mean by detailed is like post-snap, it's just your eye discipline and understanding, okay, when I drop back, where do my eyes need to be so that way I can be where my teammates need me in terms of the defense that we're running right there. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Piggybacking off of that, everyone talks about the changes in terminology and scheme and that. At what point is it, we're out here playing football. Playing football is going to be the same whether you're doing a pee-wee, high school, college, NFL.
I will say, so this is my third defense I'm learning. I was under Lyle Hempfield, under Coach Lambo, and now Hazelton's defense, and they've all been similar, but they all have their really cool tweaks and that type of stuff. And so, And so in terms of like learning a new defense, there's only like so many defenses you can run. So like
You're only running cover 3, you're running cover 4.
You can't zone pressure, man, like, and so like it's cool to see kind of the layover between the defenses and understand like, okay, like the similar concepts, just call it different. It's just different terminology. So you just have to learn the vocabulary. So you just relearn the language, but I mean obviously there's gonna be little tweaks here and there you gotta learn, and that's usually just like that. But like run, it's pretty simple. Determining like the offense can only do so many plays, so
You can only fit so many ways.
you can only fit so many ways. Like if we're not doing anything crazy, it's not a foreign language. So it was really cool to see kind of the overlay between learning new defenses. And I liked all three. They all have their perks, they all have their cons, but I'm excited to. Right now we're still in that buffer zone, so like we're still learning it. We're still kind of making those hiccups, making those mistakes, but we're learning a lot as well too in the process. So I'm excited to see how that progresses throughout spring.
Now, Dickard said the defense was going to be more aggressive this year. Are you feeling that already?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the tell from what we're watching that the defense is more aggressive?
I will say they just want us to play football. Like they don't want us to like kind of hang back. Obviously, they want us to hang back a little bit depending on defenses. defenses. Like we don't have the whole defense in, so like we don't have like all our blitzes in yet. So like we just have our base defenses. But I will say, like, they want us to play football. If you see a gap, and like they want to shoot the gap. And like if you're kind of like a front side backer, you want to like kind of overlap a little bit, like hang and then overlap. But like they want us downhill, they want us aggressive, they want to be challenging routes. Like they don't want to have that, you know. Last year we kind of struggled a little bit. Like we have our secondary like 10 yards off. They do a little small hitch. It's free 5 yards. Like they want to be challenging everything this year. And so again, excited to see how it progresses.
When we're watching from overhead, the change in energy on the practice field sometimes is a bit jarring. It seems a lot different. What is it like to be out there, and how do you all have that much energy out there on the practice field?
I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting because that's a big thing about Coach Digger. He's big on energy. And like when everyone came in too, it's like strength staff, you know, the new coaching staff, they're all about energy coming in, you know, making the most of their day. And so I feel like the way that they practice, the way that they kind of constructing this, kind of like showing us the way, is helping us because like when we do the big like kind of like wasp nest a little bit in the middle of the field and logo, that's all about energy. He wants the most amount of energy. He wants to start fast. So like he wants us to, you know, that's why we do like all the circuits, we do all the special teams, we do the like flexes and that type of stuff. Everything wants to start fast, and so that's what he's trying to get us to do at the very beginning of practice. Now, am I huffing and puffing when the warm up? Yes, maybe, but I mean it's good because you get the blood flowing, you get everything going, you get the energy rolling, and that just kind of cruise through practice, and you kind of keep that energy level going. And I feel like that's also emphasis too that the strength staff's been instilling us throughout the winter as well. They got energy. I love the strength staff. They got energy, and I feel like that's carrying it over to spring ball as well.
Thanks, Dylan. I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
What's the last couple months been like for you, Micah?
Pretty good. New coaching staff. Really a lot of energy. You know, they like teach us like strength, togetherness, energy, belief, and like they show it every day. And, like, I love all the coaches right now, so it's pretty good.
What's it like when you get out on the field and like Dylan was talking about the Hornets nest or whatever midfield?
Oh, in the middle? Yeah, it just really like every single day, like bringing a lot of energy, like Deke Jacks, just clapping, screaming, like every morning, waking up screaming, saying wake up, like just a lot of energy, trying to wake us up, and it's pretty good. It's really good.
What's the Dicker clearly is high energy himself. Does that translate in your meetings? Clearly it does on the field, but is it like that all the time?
Yeah, definitely. It's like that all the time. I say all the meetings are pretty, intense, trying to install everything. A lot of new coaches, it's kind of like intense right now, but it's a lot of energy. They bring some fun into it. You know, they try to ease us up and be relaxed. So yeah, like it's pretty good.
Everyone talks about all this energy. You've got a long way to go. How do you keep that up going in the next few weeks in the fall?
Just having a routine, like every day, just coming in with a plan, a routine. He preaches that like every single day, just coming in hour early, rolling out, hydrating, eating the right way, getting the right sleep. So he like really getting into a routine, really like teaches us to get that like energy every day that we need. So yeah.
Go ahead.
Your room turned over a lot this offseason. You're one of the guys expecting to be one of the guys. How does that feel? And is it a little bit weird kind of walking in being like, I'm now one of the older ones here?
Yeah, definitely interesting with the whole portal situation, bringing all the freshmen in. Definitely a different receiver room. Just coming in with the same mindset I had last year, trying to get a starting job. Like just remember being humble and like coming from nothing. Like just like attacking each day like I'm a 3 or like a 2. Like I'm not a 1. Just having that mindset and just like bringing up the younger guys, I would say, and yeah.
Where does leadership come from in that room right now? Is it you?
I'd say me, Jeremiah, Melvin, Sterling, a lot of the older guys, and some of the younger guys like Ben, Grice, or like EJ. Like everyone talks when we're in the middle, and everyone's being vocal. Like because right now we don't have leaders like from last year, so everyone's kind of like stepping up and everyone's becoming a leader. But it's really like different guys every day. But yeah, those are some of the guys that talk a lot.
Also, in addition to all the different wideouts you have, catching balls from a wide variety of quarterbacks.
Right,
what's that like? Because the balls have to be different depending on who's throwing, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everyone got their own spin to it. Jeremy, Purdy, Robbie, everyone got their spin to it. And just like every time we go on ROA, Ross on air, like just keep on catching balls, like even in the springtime, like on our own without the coaches, just like keep on catching balls, get over the team, because when they get in that step, that third step, the ball needs to be out, so just getting that timing right, so it's going to get done.
What's it like blending, because Wake Forest got so many new players in through the portal, through the recruiting? What's it like blending that talent with some of the guys like you who've been here a couple of years?
It's going on really good. Coach Dicker does a really good job with team bonding. Like he does a lot of team bonding, like bowling or just like going out to dinner on our own. So just like having those team bonding like activities really like puts us together, blends together. So when we go on the field, kind of like translate. So it goes really good with like our team bonding.
Bowling?
Yeah, bowling.
Who's the best bowler?
Like coaches or players?
Players.
I think Zamari Stevenson. He bowled like a 150. He was up there. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Any of the I assume most of the coaches
Coach
are
Dicker,
good bowlers.
he wrote like a 180, like he's up there all the time. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Pretty competitive in these things too, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
gather.
Yeah, he preaches competitive like every single day on the field, off the field. Like when we went to bowling, like I'm thinking, we gotta have fun. We made it to a competition. Like wherever it gets competition, like we get points for our different like teams that we do community service for. So. Yeah.
He told me somebody beat him in ping pong or whatever. It was, I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah. I want to say, I don't know if it was Dylan or Kale Doyle. Maybe one of the two.
Both of them, I think. I think it was Dylan.
Yeah. They, I think they played at 8-ball too. Like they do different competitions for like extra points. So.
Yeah.
Between Robbie Bell and Warren, there's two totally different personalities. What's been kind of the biggest difference you've seen with working with Rob this year?
What the OC, right? Yeah. So Robbie Bell.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest difference. I'd say their coaching style is kind of different. I mean, it's interesting because like he's the OC, and we got receiver coach, and we got tight ends coach. Like we got all these different coaches now, and it's kind of hard to question. I know we don't have the slow mesh anymore. Like it's more of a different offense, so I'm trying to get that install in. But brings a lot of energy. He teaches the ball, fast, physical every single day, and so ball security, playing fast, tempo, being physical. So he preaches those things, and we do it every day. So, yeah.